Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good Wednesday morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Welcome to Meditative Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. If you would just take the time out and go ahead and share this live with your family and friends so they can join in with us this morning. Go ahead and take the time out and share this live with your family and friends. Thank you so much. Thank you. Our word for the month, we are continuing with the word strength. Strength is the word we are continuing with this month. And our scripture reference is 1 Samuel 2, verse 4. That is 1 Samuel 2, verse 4. And it reads, "The bow of the mighty men are broken, and they that stumble are girded with strength. The bows of the mighty men are broken, and they that stumble are girded with strength." Have you ever watched a movie? And in the movie, there is a bad guy, and he's chasing you, and he's chasing the person. And when he's chasing the person is unarmed, and they're pretty much running for their life. And they're running, and they keep running, and they're turning, and they reach a point where their back is up against the wall, and they have nowhere else to run. And the bad guy comes up to them, and they have the weapon pointed in their face, and they pull the trigger back. And once they pull the trigger back, it jams and it doesn't go off. Well, when this happens, it gives the person that's running the opportunity to get away. They can go around the person or even fight off the person and get the opportunity to get away. Well, that's kind of what happens in Samuel when we look at it. The person is able to flee. Well, in this, Hannah is singing a song. Well, she interrupts her song and shows us how good God is and how He comes in and allows us to, when we look like we're in a defeated situation, He comes in and turns that situation into a victory just like that. God is the originator of the major plot twist. That's what He can do. He can flip a failure into a fabulous success just like that in no time flat. The word says, "The bows of the mighty are broken." Can you imagine someone attempting to load their arrow, and when they get ready to pull the arrows back, the bow just breaks in two and just falls apart? Well, that's what happens right here. And just when they pull the bow back, it breaks in half. That kind of sounds like "no weapon forms against me shall prosper." That's what it sounds like to me. No matter how weak or feeble I may come across to you, with the backing of God's army, it seems that I have all the strength that I need. What do you think about that? With God, I have all the strength that I need. Go ahead and put on the timeline, "I got all the strength that I need. I have all the strength that I need." How do I know that? Well, the next line says, "But those who stumble are armed with strength," or girded with strength. That "but" right there shows me that even though the enemy is armed, they're still weaponless when it comes to the strength of God. Their weapons mean nothing because God can take all the weapons and disarm them. They can render them useless because that's what he did. He broke all of the bows that the enemy had, so they were rendered useless to them. And once he did that, we're able to operate solely in God's strength. That's all that we need once he disarms the enemy of all the weapons that he feels like he has. And once he does that, I'm able to climb a little higher. I'm able to run a little further. I'm able to conquer any attempt that the enemy puts out and sets out in front of me to defeat me. God's strength is what I need, and God's strength is what I have. It overpowers and it overshadows any weapons that the enemy tries to bring forward against us. I'm so glad that Hannah had an interlude to her song and interrupted it with this little praise break of rejoicing us to remind us that God's strength is stronger than any of the weapons that the enemy may try to render against us. And what I want us to do is I want us to remember a declaration all throughout the day. And I want us to repeat this declaration I'm about to say 10 times throughout the day, along with the scripture reference that we use, 1 Samuel 2 and 4, throughout the day 10 times. The declaration is very simple today. Contrary to how it appears, Talisha will come out on top with God's strength. Replace my name with your name. Contrary to how it appears, Talisha will come out on top with God's strength. Isn't God's strength amazing? That's all we need. With God's strength, we're destined to come out on top. Please stay tuned for our announcements.
Thank you for starting your day with us for our meditation moment. We warmly invite you to join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. to continue this mindful practice. Additionally, we would be delighted if you could join us every Saturday at 8 a.m. at our Birmingham and Huntsville locations for our uplifting prayer session. Furthermore, make sure not to miss our invigorating in-person and online worship service in Birmingham at 9 a.m. and Huntsville at 12:30 p.m. Mount Zion Cathedral City, it's time to celebrate our church anniversaries. 86 years of ministry in our Birmingham location and 27 years in our Huntsville location. Join us Saturday, November 18th at 10:30 a.m. at both our Huntsville and Birmingham locations for our Serve Day. Then join us that Sunday, November the 19th for our worship service, Friends and Family Day, 9 a.m. at our Birmingham location and 12:30 p.m. at our Huntsville location. 33 years of preaching and 23 years of pastoring. Mount Zion Cathedral City, we celebrate our very own Bishop A.M. Moore. Join us December 1st at 6:30 p.m. as Bishop Frederick Hardy of Faith Church Anywhere imparts into us. Then join us December 2nd at 10 a.m. as we celebrate our pastor at a brunch of blessings at the Avondale Gallery West, 589 Bessemer Superhighway, Midfield, Alabama. We are eager with anticipation every time we gather for our meditative word, and we know you are too. We eagerly look forward to being with you next time.